we are diving. Who comes and stops us in our tracks? Bravely we prove in our striving, trudging together each day. Where there's a will, there's a way.
Good afternoon, everybody. It is time for the daily reflection. It is Sunday, January 17th, which is 2 days before my wife's birthday. I think she thought I forgot. She knows I didn't forget. So I probably did this at the worst time possible during the noon hour. So I'm not really anticipating people being on today. But that's okay, because there's the rewatch, right? That's what it's all about. So, as you can see, we're already making improvements to the show because I did my hair today. So, there you go. You know, improvements, right? Probably can't tell with the headphones on. It's actually long enough that I can do something with it. And it's at the stage that I hate, right? Where I'm going to start getting these, I call them wings, and they drive me crazy. And then I just end up cutting my hair. I just shave it off. So we're going to try not to do that this time because my wife likes my hair long. She also likes me clean shaven. So speaking of my wife, I wanted to talk a little bit about relationships today. If you're in a relationship, now, what's that like for you? You know, because I was thinking a lot about my relationship with my wife this morning. I'm extremely grateful for the fact that my wife is in my life. You know, my wife and I, we don't fight. We haven't fought in a long, long time. I don't know how long it's been. I couldn't even tell you what it was about. I don't even lock my phone, guys. Why? What if she needs to get into it? I don't need to. It is so nice to be in a relationship where I don't have to fucking worry about shit. It is nice. So thank you, God, for getting me to that place. You know, how did that happen? Well, I had to become a better person. My wife already was. I mean, she had changes to make, but that was between her and God, man. You know, so we work our own program, and then we come together and we celebrate our success together. We cry together at the low parts, okay? But we are always a team, always. And this is the longest relationship I've ever had, and well, it will be. So think on that a little bit. No, not every relationship's going to be like that. I'm going to tell you the secret. My wife is extremely patient with my ass. Okay, that's the secret. If you think it has to do with me, you're wrong. No. I can give the credit to God and my wife on that one. Let's get to today's daily reflection. Good morning, Brenda. Good to see you. We got some people popping on. Go ahead and say hi. Good Sunday morning, guys. So we're going to be talking a little bit about Dr. Bob, which I think is pretty cool because we don't talk about Dr. Bob that much. It's all about Bill W., right? And I love Bill W. Love the guy, right? Never met him, but I love him. Dr. Bob had a much different path. Okay. Now here's the thing. Bill was the talker. Dr. Bob was not. So, all right. Happiness comes quietly. And I really like the way that they put that. Because that gives me a sense of ease and comfort to know that it can come in time. It is one of those things that I found that God is doing for us what we could not do for ourselves. Like, be happy. I mean, and I'm not saying I didn't know what it was like to be happy before I started drinking, but gosh, I certainly didn't know what happiness was until I got into recovery. The trouble with us alcoholics was this: we demanded that the world give us happiness and peace of mind in just the particular order we wanted to get it, by the alcohol route. And when we weren't successful, let's even take alcohol out of that. Let's take alcohol out of that. Weren't you still doing that? I was. Certainly. If everything would just go the way I wanted, then I would feel comfortable. And I would be this or I would be that, right? Now, I'm not saying there aren't extenuating circumstances, because there are, okay? But your happiness is going to be up to you. But what I was saying is, even without the alcohol, aren't we pretty darn? I feel like I was still pretty darn selfish, right? This is how I describe it. If you have a drunk horse thief and you take away the alcohol, you have a sober horse thief. You'd probably be better at stealing horses. It's what you got, right? So you got to take care of the whole thing, not just part of it. And we weren't successful either way, with or without the alcohol. We weren't successful. But when we take time to find out the spiritual laws and familiarize ourselves with them and put them into practice, then we do get happiness and peace of mind. So when we take the spiritual laws and practice them, okay, I like how they put it. They put it a different way. Dr. Bob says things differently, and that's what I like about it. Because he says, and familiarize ourselves with it. I'm not saying that word again. It's hard to say. All right. And so that means we got to get comfortable with those feelings and those thoughts and that process. Well, what's the requirement for that? Time. There seems to be some rules that we have to follow, but happiness and peace of mind are always there, open and free to anyone. Dr. Bob and the good old timers. Now, I want you to know that it's pretty neat, because we can take little parts like that and bring out some hope. I'm going to tell you, that little portion didn't come around with some hope. So let's go read it, man. I got pulled up here on my computer, and I went back a little bit. And it seems a little confusing, but we will get there. In another way, Dr. Bob's experience differed from Bill's. He never had the flash of light, the spiritual experience. One member recalled that he did not make any mention of this kind of awakening. Rather, it was a spiritual growth that Dr. Bob talked about. In AA, he said his spiritual values changed as time went by. And I'm not on camera right now, but, well, you guys see. But anyway, what I thought was really cool is Dr. Bob and Bill Wilson were complete opposites, man. They were. And that's what makes this even better. He thought we were all seeking inner peace, said Smitty, but he believed that you had to work at something in order to be good at it. As Dr. Bob himself said, I don't think we can do anything very well in this world unless we practice it. And I don't believe we do AA too well unless we practice it. We should practice acquiring the spirit of service. We should attempt to acquire some faith, which isn't easily done, especially for the person who has always been very materialistic, following the standards of today's society. But I think faith can be acquired. It can be acquired slowly. It has to be cultivated. See, I like this. This is much better than a flash of light for me. That was not easy for me, and I assure that it was difficult for everyone else. Okay, so Dr. Bob was having, it goes on to talk about that Dr. Bob was having problems with his spirit, with his own spirituality, and in finding that, so thank God he found that a spiritual experience for most of us is of the educational variety, and that it happens over time, and that we need to give ourselves that chance to experience it. I want every person to have a chance to experience that, because I know once you have it, you're not going to want to go back. I know that. And how do I know that? Because I'm sitting here. Okay. And my love for alcohol was insatiable, just like yours, man. You know? Insatiable. I didn't say that word because it's not too hard. So the simplicity of the AA program teaches me that happiness isn't something that I can demand. Right? What makes it even harder in our day and age right now is we live in what I like to call the microwave age. We want everything on instant minute, including our happiness, right? And that's not fair. That's not fair to you. It's not fair to or the people around you, man. That is uncool. All right. So quit the demands and quit wanting everything right now. Okay. God has a plan. See, in the beginning, God's answer is usually no. Okay. And you're going to have to be okay with that. Why is it usually no? Because we're learning the right way. So take those no's as a good thing, right? Because it's direction. Then you're going to hang out for a little bit longer. And God's going to start saying, not yet. Which honestly, I'd rather hear no than not yet, than I have to wait, right? Not yet. I'm going through this with Raw Recovery right now. Not yet, Dion, right? How many months have you guys seen me going, I need to upgrade, I need to upgrade. And now God's like, okay, now it's time. And now he's saying yes, right? And half of me doesn't know what to do. Now I'm scared, right? So I should have been preparing for that a little bit better, right? Right. And we have no right to demand anything of anyone, guys. We really don't. Just take demanding out just take it out, man. You're allowed to do that. And Dr. Bob is saying something very clearly. Practice, man. We have to practice. Okay? We do. And it's not hard practicing getting out of self. Okay? Start by opening your mouth at AA meetings or whatever meetings you choose to go to. Provide some experience, strength, and hope. Start there. Greet people as they come in. Right? We still do that on Zoom when people come in. There's two of us that sit there. Hey, how you doing? Doing okay? You having a good day? How you feeling? Doing all right? Great. Come on in. And that's what we do. I'm always, if I'm in a meeting, I'm probably doing some kind of service work. Now you can help out with the Zoom meetings by being a co-host. There's so many things that you can do without having to put yourself in the middle so you don't feel like you're in the spotlight. If that's something that you don't want, that certainly is not a requirement. It comes upon me quietly while I serve others. So cool. In offering my hand to the newcomer or to someone who has relapsed, how about in offering my hand to somebody that needs it? I find my own sobriety has been recharged with indescribable gratitude and happiness. I'm sorry, but you don't need a fresh drunk to make you happy. So that's why I changed that. Because no. Okay? I don't care how much time you have. I might be able to help. I don't care how much time I have. I got up at 10? So if you got up before 10 p.m., if you got up before 10 a.m. this morning, you have more sobriety than me today. Good job. And I find that my own sobriety has been recharged with indescribable gratitude and happiness, right? And it just comes. It just happens. All right? So try it. Try it today. If it doesn't work, then don't do it again. All right? But here's the secret. If you are going to help somebody else, do not expect a darn thing in return. Okay? So if you see somebody going for a door today, run your ass up there and open it for them. Just because. No other reason. Okay? Don't expect a thank you. You don't need a thank you. You should already be grateful for what you fucking got. A pair of legs and a hand to be able to open it. Some people don't have that. It's like when people bitch about their car. I'm like, wah, I don't even have one. So, and then of course the person that's grateful for, and so on and so on. It's the way that it works, guys. All right. That's why you need to be grateful for what you got. Trust me, or otherwise he's gonna set you right, and you're not gonna want to go that path. It's a little bit easier when you do it yourself, right? Or when you make the decision yourself. All right. You don't have to do it alone. So, hey, Brenda, I want to say thanks for being on here every day. It's made me feel supported, and that what I'm doing is matter. So I want to say, Brenda, you've been here like every day for weeks, and I want to say thank you. I appreciate that. That means something to me. So thank you. All right, guys, I'll be back tomorrow for the daily reflection, and we'll keep trudging this happy road to destiny together, guys. I love you. Peace out, and have a day. Bye.